Hi, welcome back to the Tran Designs podcast. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Ananzi on Ravelry, and on Instagram, I'm Tran Designs. Today is not Friday. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of March, 2018. I didn't record on Friday. My schedule got kind of changed around with some stuff last week, and I didn't get a chance to. And so I thought, you know what? Instead of waiting until Friday this week, I'll just jump in today, and if I'm able to record again, then I'll get back on my Friday schedule, and if not, at least I can talk to you for a few minutes. So anyways, I'm dressed for work. My Panera shirt, I just dropped Quinn off at preschool, and I have like 40 minutes until I have to leave for work, and I was hoping to jump on and talk to you guys really quick and then maybe walk around the block because it's feeling nice outside. It's chilly, but it's that really nice, you just want to be out there and fill your lungs with the nice air kind of. Anyway, so yeah. I hope you've been well. It's been kind of busy. It's always busy, it seems. I have refed 2 Saturdays since we've spoken last. They were long. The first one, 2 Saturdays ago, I was like, okay, I'm not scheduled until noon. I'll get the afternoon ones. It'll be like 4 games, totally doable. No, I got there, just before noon to kind of check in and stuff. I still did 6 games. It was like 7 by the time I left. Excuse me. So that was a long day. And then this last Saturday, they sent out the email saying, okay, here's everybody's assignments. I wasn't on there. So I was like, cool. It wasn't as many people listed. So I was like, okay, well, they just don't have, the tournament isn't as big this week. Cool. No big deal. I'll have a Saturday off. Well, so mentally, I was going to be off Saturday, right? Well, then I get a text the next morning, Monday morning, and says, hey, I got the finalized game assignments. Can you come in Saturday at 7:45 a.m. and ref all day? I was like, sure. I mean, of course, but I was like, mental shift back to, okay, I'm going to be refing this weekend. 9 games, you guys. 9 games. It was such a long day. Got there at 7:45. First game started right after 8 o'clock. Went 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, essentially. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah. And then I was running a little bit ahead, which was nice. I was done by about 1:30. Then, so what they do is it's a tournament every week, and so they have pool play to figure out where they're seated in the brackets. And so we did 6 games of pool play, and then because we were ahead, I was done because we were waiting for everybody else to finish. And then it was at 2 different school locations, and so some people had to come from the other school to where we were, and some people had to leave to go to the other one. And so anyways, by the time we could start, it was like 2:45, but I got to sit for like an hour. So that was nice. And then we had 3 games after that. So, it was a long day. I'm glad I got the break in the middle. It was nice during that break because the site director, his name's Michael, he and I have been together at every single weekend I've refed except for one. And he has been coaching me and teaching me and correcting me and just guiding me. And it's been so great. And he's very honest. He's like, this is what I said to Bruce about you, and he said, here's your weakest point. And so now I know, kind of where I can focus and where he sees, oh, hopefully that jump didn't mess anything up. Where he sees my weakest point, and it's been so constructive and so positive because he says, you're doing a really good job. He knows this is my first year, so he's like, you're doing a really good job. Here's where you can work. And so I love it. I love the feedback and I value it so much. So anyways, it went kind of fast though. I don't know if it was because I was so cold I couldn't feel my hands. Literally, like it was like standing in a refrigerator. They didn't turn the heat on. I don't know if that was it, or most of my games, like almost none of them went to 3 sets. And so that's part of it too, is they were just moving. So it went by really fast, even though I was there for like 10 hours. Anyway, and I made a ton of money. I'm just going to throw that out there. Roughing pays really well. So the amount that I thought that I would end up earning like $300 this month, because I was going off of last month. I made almost that just Saturday. Like, seriously. So we're way ahead. As far as life stuff, I think that's because I was gonna say that can segue into debt-free stuff. But oh, Kyan did have a performance. I do want to talk about that first. She had a performance last week on Tuesday. She was a part of almost all of it. She was. They had almost like these just little mini skits throughout the thing, and it was talking about on the shoulders of giants, and it was the great creators and minds, that have formed, who we are now and all this. And so she played multiple different parts, and she played her ukulele. I mean, it was really cool. So that was proud mama moment for her. And yeah. So debt-free segment, we were able to make another nice little chunk of a payment. We got every time I get a check from Reffing, I go online, and did you know that you can only make 8 online payments in a month? I found that out because I'm at 6, and I had a thing pop up saying you can only do 2 more online payments this month, and I was like, you're stifling me. So maybe I need to ration myself out a little bit and only do 2 a week, apparently. I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny, but today's the 20th, so we don't have that much month left. So I'll make one more payment. Well, what I'll do is wait until I get the check this week from last week, because I haven't made a payment with the check from before, so I'll just make one payment of those together and then one more final one like next week or whatever. But I was just like, why would you limit how much money you can accept? Like, come on. And they probably get charged or something every time there's a transaction, but just like, who'd have thunk it? So anyways, I was able to make another payment. Let's see, we are at 70% now on my thermometer. We're at 70%. So we're really close and should have this one paid off by the end of this month. And then we'll start on the next one, which is a little bit bigger. So it will inevitably take a little bit longer, especially because I have these next 2 Saturdays off for spring break. And we're going out of town the second week of spring break, so I won't be working the Monday and Tuesday of that week. So anyways, it'll slow down a little, and there's an entire work week in April that I won't be working because of my retreat, and then going to my sister's house afterwards for a couple days. So anyways, the momentum will slow a touch, but it is going faster at this point, so I think it'll actually still even out. So anyway, there's the update. Not a huge one, but there you go. I got some feedback saying that people are enjoying hearing about our journey, and that it's encouraging you guys, which is what I was hoping for. So anyways, there you go. Yeah. Should we talk about yarny things or what? Like, what are we doing here if we're not going to talk about yarn things, right? So anyways, let's get on to them. Let's wait on that one. So I have a new project that I started last night that's totally frivolous. There is a group that gets together to knit at the local public library the second Tuesday and Thursday, or the second and fourth Tuesday of each month. Good grief, that was harder than than it should have been to say. And it's essentially a bunch of old ladies with red heart. Like, it's just, not all, but a lot. And they're a really fun group of people, though, and I've been enjoying going. And most of them actually just crochet. There are very few knitters, and it's kind of fun to be in the minority and just to experience their side of things and to bring my side of things. Anyways, they're having a crochet along this month, and so they've added in, they're essentially meeting every Tuesday this month. And I asked about the patterns, and one of them was just this cowl. It's a free pattern, and so I just decided to you don't cast on, I guess, when you're crocheting. But anyways, there's not it does it even have a name? Swanky Glam Cowl, but I don't have the yarn that it calls for because I don't use um, the novelty yarns so much. But I thought it would be fun to make anyways. And so I went downstairs last night, down into my room. I've explained the whole downstairs upstairs thing to you guys before, but anyway, and I found this yarn that I've had forever. It's what's it called? Universal yarns, and it's a self-patterning yarn, and I've had it, I mean, seriously, for like 10 years. It's a wool acrylic blend. It's really nice and soft, and I'm pretty sure it's the last skein of it I have. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use this up. So I'm on round 4. I've just started it. You can see right there. It's just the beginning. I just wanted to get through kind of the first little bit. It's super basic. You just start out with some double crochets, and then it's a series of double crochets and a V-stitch, a set of V-stitches, and then double crochets. And I'm actually doing that again on this round. So yeah, it tells you to chain and then join into the round without twisting, but chains are so squirrely. So instead I did the row of double crochets and then joined it. So I have this little bit of a here, I'll put it on my black shirt I have this little bit of a separation right here, but I made sure to leave a nice long tail so I can just sew that together, because there was no way I was going to try to not twist a chain. So anyway, yeah, so there's that. It's really easy. Like I said, I just thought it would be fun to join them, and when I'm not working on my shawl, I can just, you know, do a few stitches here and there, or like one row, and, you know, anyway. So there's that. It calls for, I think, an I hook. I don't remember. My crocheting is super loose though, so I dropped down to a G, and I do like the fabric that I'm getting with that. So anyway, aside from my designing project, I think, yeah, that's all I've worked on since I last recorded. I have a finished object though, and it's crocheting. It was almost done last time, but I just hadn't put on the fringe and stuff. This is called Hippie Bolero, and if I put it on, you can't see it. So I'm going to move over so you can see the shape of it against the couch. So there's the back, and you just have these big armholes, and then here's the bottom with all the fringe. And now I will put it on so you can kind of see what it looks like on. And it has this cool shawl collar that flips down. Like I said, you can't really see it. I did put a button on it. It doesn't call for one, but see how it just blends right in? Because I added about 3 rows so that I could close it, because I didn't like how it looked open. So there's the button. You can see the fringe. And anyway, I wore it yesterday to the kids' parent-teacher conferences and had so much fun with it. And both of my girls want one now, so you'll probably be seeing more of those in the future. So anyways, there's that. That's all I have for finished objects. I do have a little bit of spinning. So my friend got a new Hanson e-spinner, and she brought it over for me to play with. And she also brought some fiber for me, and it's something and silk. A breed of sheep and silk. Falkland? No. I can't remember. Corriedale? I don't know. It's a sheep and silk mixed together. I had never I had never spun this combination before, and it was really nice. She, just gave me this much. I spun it and then just plied it right back onto itself with a Navajo ply. So there's some overspun parts. There's, the little pigtails that stick up sometimes, but the fiber was a pleasure to work with, and I think I might need to just buy some from her. But anyways, I wonder if it'll, come on. There we go. As you can see, it's uneven, but it was fun to try out, and I haven't soaked it yet. Whoop, come on. There we go. I haven't soaked it yet, so this is a tie at the end. So I'll soak it and probably throw some color on it and add it into a project at some point just for fun. So that was cool. I've never used an e-spinner before, and Hanson's, she got the Pro edition, so whew, it was nice. Nearly silent, very, very nice. So anyways, there's that. And then I just have my designing. I know I'm just busting through this. I'm sorry. I really want to go try to walk around the block really quick. And I don't have a ton to show you anyways. But I do have great news on the shawl front. I am in the 4th color. I am making huge strides. The other day, oh my gosh, you guys, I literally sat on the couch working on this next piece, for hours. Because I thought, well, maybe this will work. It didn't, and because I grabbed some other yarn and needles and just cast on what I needed to try it out. I wasn't trying it on the whole thing. That didn't work, so I tried something else. That didn't work. I tried something else. That didn't work. I tried something else. Almost worked. Let's tweak it. Okay, well, not quite. Let's look at the books, see what, okay, this is how it needs to be done. Try it again, like hours. But I'm happy to report I was able to get it figured out and move on to this section. So yeah, I'm very happy. So I'll show you. We have this tulip part, and then this is a different kind of tulip lace. It's an all over lace, and then this one down here. And it's great because the color changed like 1 row into this section. So this will all be the same color. Let's see if I bunch it up so that it's against, I need to wear a black shirt every time. I have another flower emerging. So anyways, yeah, like I said, I'm on the 4th, wait, no, I lied. 3rd color. 1, 2, third color. I was gonna say there's way too much yarn still there. So I have this much left, but the rows are nice and big now, so it's eating up the yarn a lot faster, which I know doesn't sound like a good thing, but I really need to get this done. I'm really behind. So yeah, anyway, that's how it's coming. It's actually a lot bigger than it looks on the needles because it's scrunched on. So yeah, so there is that update. Stay tuned for future progress. The rows are taking quite a bit longer, so I'm trying to force myself to sit down and at least go over and back a few times a day. So especially in the evenings, that's been when I've been getting the most done because the day is just so anyway, I did get a delivery yesterday that has nothing to do with knitting, so you can turn this off if you want, but it'll just take a second. I don't know if I've talked on here at all about how much I really enjoy birds. I know it's a random thing. Like I said, totally doesn't have anything to do with knitting. I really enjoy birds. And every time we're out and about, I'm always stopping and looking at them and trying to see if they're making any noise and which noise is theirs, if there's other sounds. And anyways, so I saw this little book online and on Amazon at Christmas time and stuck it in my wish. Actually, I put it in my cart and then saved it for later or something like that, and re-added it to my cart and finally just pulled the trigger and bought it. I'm so glad I did, and it came yesterday. So here's what it's called, Birds of Idaho Field Guide. And see how small it is? Like, it's this perfect little size. Here's what sold me on it. It's not alphabetized. It is separated by color. So you can see a bird and go, okay, that bird is black, which are the ones at the front. And for example, like this one, the American coot. We have these over at Wilson Pond where we go to feed the ducks, and we were like, what are those? I've never seen one before. Black, there it is. And so as you can see right here, it's just the different stats about the birds. And then this guy, Stan, who wrote the book, he makes these notes. It says Stan's notes right there. And so, you know, he just talks about, for this one, that they're an excellent diver and swimmer, talks about how big the flocks are during the migration. You know, it talks about how it swims because it doesn't have webbed feet. It has large lobed toes, you know, things like that. So, but you can, it also shows, for example, this is the white-crowned sparrow. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. Do you see this little picture of Idaho? It's red kind of in an L shape and then green like that. Well, the red is where they live year round, and the green is where they live in the summertime, or where you can see them during the summer. And so, you know, then you can kind of know where to find them and things like that. So yeah, that's what I loved, was that it was separated by color. Because if something's just alphabetized, you're like, okay, so what is that? And you start at the A's and it starts with a W or something. By then it's flown off and you're bored and you've moved on. And anyway, the colors, the pictures, I mean, are fantastic. Very high quality. Best $10 I've spent in a while. So, and we have some really, really cool birds here that I just had no idea. And so now I want to learn how to like go find them and stuff. Oh, there's one. Let me just show you this one. Don't worry, I'm not going to get stuck on all the birds. But this one that I found yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, we have to go find this one in the summertime. It's in the farthest south line of Idaho, but look at this guy with those long legs. It's called a black-necked stilt. Oh, it's just so funny. Anyway, my kids were having a good time looking through it. Jake doesn't really like birds. He gets annoyed by the sounds that they make. Mourning doves are about the only bird I just want to kill because I hate their sound, but that's from when I was a kid and had a nest above my bedroom that woke me up every day. But actually, I don't want to kill them. I just want to rip out their vocal cords. I know that sounds very violent. Every time I hear it, I'm like, ugh. When I was a kid, just wanting to sleep in, it's summertime, you know what I mean? But anyway, that negativity aside, it's a really fun book. And we had a lot of fun looking through it, and I can't wait to take it out. And I was like, I want to go to Wilson Pond right now and go walk around and find all the birds. So, yeah. And Jake has some binoculars that I think I'm going to steal, and I think I can get the kids involved in it, and we can just have a ton of fun. So, anyway, that is all I have for you. 23 minutes. Yes. So, yeah, I hope you have a great week. I might see you Friday to get back on my schedule. If not, I'll see you sometime next week. We have spring break coming up, though, for the next 2 weeks, so we shall see. Next time I record, I will be able to report on Anansi getting her learner's permit, because we are doing that on Thursday. What? Who'd have thunk that? So I said that twice in this. I never say that, and I said it twice just in the last 24 minutes. All right. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go walk really quick before I go to work. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. Hope you get a lot done in your crafting and that I didn't talk too fast. Anyways, until next time, keep knitting. Bye.